Hello, welcome to your weekly Pick Your Crystal reading here at Soulprint Intuitive Tarot. Thank you so much for being here. Um, Before I start, I just want to make sure that you know that should you be interested in receiving a private reading, in the drop box below is an email address. It is soulprint888@gmail.com. And just send me a quick little thing, a quick message just saying you're looking for reading details, and I will send you out what you need to know. So today we're still on the pendant theme, and we have some really lovely ones today. So the first one is ruby. The second is turquoise. And the third, even though it's a little hard to see, is actually pink quartz. So take a moment, see which crystal or crystals resonate with you, and let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start with the ruby. All right, here we go. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Star. And we have the Three of Wands. Wow. Okay. So for those of you who picked the ruby, this is a really lovely grouping of cards. So, starting off with the Wheel of Fortune. And, you know, that really is an indicator or a sign that you have some good fortune coming your way, because it's followed by the Ace of Pentacles. It wouldn't surprise me if your good fortune somehow ended up you prospering, either financially, in any sort of tangible way. You might even receive good news regarding your health. But there is some good fortune attached to the Ace of Pentacles. And so, you know, that's just like that covers all of the material aspects of your life, finances, property, and health. All right, then you have the Star, which is sort of one of the wish cards of the deck. And then you have the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands typically is about sort of the completion of a first step or a first stage. It is, looking to the horizon to see what opportunities are there, looking to the horizon to see what's coming towards you, a new adventure, new ventures, that kind of thing. So, what are these cards telling me? They're telling me that there is going to be some serendipity in your life. There's going to be some good fortune, sort of some magical happening. Now, this could be anything from bumping into somebody that you haven't seen in a really long time on the street to winning some sort of a prize. It could be receiving really, good news, that kind of thing. But the Wheel of Fortune is bringing you good fortune, literally, followed by the Ace of Pentacles. So there's good fortune coming to you in a material way. And don't forget, our physical bodies would qualify as a material way. So maybe it's a good health report. Maybe it's a bonus check. Maybe you're getting more in your income tax than you thought. But there's definitely some good fortune coming your way. Now, the Star, I really like following this because it feels as if somehow this good fortune is actually going to open up an opportunity or a doorway for you to be able to consider pursuing wish fulfillment. So, it might be that, and this is random, okay, but it might be that you get a bigger income tax return than you were expecting. Maybe, the government found a deduction that you didn't take. And perhaps what you were trying to do was save some money because you wanted to go on a trip and see somewhere, different than where you are. And so the good fortune increases your material abilities, which would allow you to go on the trip, which allow you to look beyond your current horizons. That's one interpretation. Honestly, they're all going to be interpretations of the same thing, truly, because you have such auspicious cards here, um, that when it doesn't sort of matter how you look at them, you still have really, really magical cards here. So, you know, listen, I don't know what else to add to this, honestly. Wherever it is you're setting your horizons, know that that may very well be able to come to fruition as a result of good fortune with material aspects of your life. Like, I'll take it. Like, wow. All right, let's move on to the turquoise and see what we see. All righty. The Two of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Chariot, and the Eight of Wands. Okay. Now, the Two of Cups is very, very often about a soulmate, a coming together, a relationship, some sort of a bonding, um, a commitment, that kind of things. So this is, kind of an interesting selection of cards because you're starting off with this Two of Cups energy, which is sort of that soulmate energy, or sometimes it's just it's about sort of destined to meet somebody or destined to interact with them. There is a sense that these two people are being brought together. So, I don't know if there's anybody new in your life, but keep your eyes open if there isn't, because this card indicates that there's going to be some sort of a bonding that's going to come into your life with the Two of Cups. So that's like uh, invariably another person or even a situation, but this is a happiness card. Cards are happy. Cups are happy, I mean. The Queen of Cups. So this is the Queen of Cups is somebody who is very kind and thoughtful. She's sensitive. She's caring nature. She's very loving. And so that energy, that caring, compassionate, loving energy is somehow connected to this Two of Cups card. There is an indicator that whether this represents you or it represents somebody coming into your world, but there's definitely this very interesting energy here between the two. Now, what's really, going to be fun to watch is you have the Chariot followed by the Eight of Wands. So, what is the Chariot? The Chariot is about moving forward, sometimes moving forward in a really erratic fashion, sometimes moving forward with great speed. Um, it, but it is definitely a card of momentum. It's a card of marching kind of forward. The Eight of Wands is sort of that ultimate communications card. It is about receiving messages, phone calls, letters, emails, whatever communications. And it's a lot of communications and it's coming in fairly quickly. So, is it possible that there could be somebody that is arriving into your life to help you with some sort of a caring or compassionate um, situation in your life? Once that connection is made, things may feel a little bit off course or a little scary because of just the forward momentum. It's certainly if you've been feeling kind of stuck. But as things get moving forward, you're going to see that they fall into place very nicely, but there's going to be a lot of back and forth communication. So, these kinds of cards they certainly could be attributed to a relationship. They could also be attributed to working with somebody to achieve a goal that is going to allow you to be happy, frankly, that's going to put you in a place where you feel that you're almost able to nurture yourself, take care of yourself. And as things move forward, you're going to discover that they move forward fairly quickly, but the cards are all good and they have a lovely energy coming off of them. There's almost ah, like a mystic energy. It just feels as if these cards are heralding in something that feels magical. How wonderful. All right. And let's look at this rose quartz. Here we go. Temperance, the Knight of Wands, the Hermit, and the King of Pentacles. Alrighty then. So temperance is almost always invariably about balance. It's about tempered responses, tempered reactions, you know, doing things in moderation. And whether that is, you know, eating in moderation to, trying to keep your emotions on a more balanced level, not allowing extremes on one end or the other to really, just sort of overtake you. So, whatever it is in your life that needs balance, or that you have realized you need to balance better, or circumstances have changed and you need to get kind of a new footing, the card is here to help you realize one, that balance is necessary, and two, that it is really, you're really going to be able to achieve it. The Knight of Wands brings happy news. Sometimes you can even get, proposals. It's a very loving energy. Sometimes it's a very romantic energy. Sometimes it could be a little bit idealistic, maybe like seeing things through like rose colored glasses. But the energy is really lovely. The Hermit. This is about taking the time to reflect, to make sure that the balance that you're seeking is achieved. Make sure that this happy news, in some way, because the happy news is meant to sort of help with balancing. And so you want to take the time to absorb it. Very often we go through life without allowing ourselves the time to assimilate the events of our life. Sometimes it's just really necessary to, sit in that bubble bath or, you know, just be still, be quiet. And that's a really important aspect of this week for you, to carve out the time for that reflection, for that aloneness, for that sense of like your own autonomy, recognizing that there is an absolute need for you to create sort of a more harmonious or a more balanced situation. This could be physical, this could be mental, this could be spiritual, but there's definitely, sort of this feeling that it's really important that you reflect, that you know yourself, and really, really allow yourself um, to just be still. Just listen to your heart, listen to your thoughts. You don't have to rush an answer. Give yourself the time to breathe and assimilate. It takes a physical body, an energetic body, a spiritual body, time to integrate things. It used to be that if you had surgery, for example, invariably they would tell you that it was a 6-week recovery period. Now, I'm not no medical professional, but I certainly do know from my own experience that nowadays nobody is sort of recovering for 6 weeks, right? I mean, for like I'm saying, like a simple surgical procedure. But the body itself actually requires 6 weeks to um, process the sort of attack on the body, particularly if you're having surgery and there's any cutting or knives involved. It takes time for the body to adjust to whatever is now missing, or in some cases, I guess, whatever has been added. So we just don't take the time anymore to assimilate. And we really, really need to, because it's only in that quiet and in that stillness that we can actually achieve that balance that we are looking for, that we can get to that place where, happy news is wonderful news and it's exciting for us. And we can take part in that because we have clarity about our own authenticity. We know who we are, we know what our feelings are because we've taken the time to listen to them. Followed by the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles tends to represent somebody who is successful, somebody who is very, talented when it comes to money and managing money and handling money. It is an energy of safety and security, financial responsibility. It's kind of interesting because what the story the cards are telling me is that, and I'm going to rearrange these cards a little bit so you can follow the story a little bit better. So what the cards are saying is you need to slow down, you need to take a breath, you need to take the time to figure out what in your life is balanced and what in your life requires some attuning to balance. Once you do that, you're going to be in much better shape for the good news. You're going to be in much better shape for that happy energy, that, kind of loving, romantic, maybe even a little bit of the rose-colored glasses energy. But ultimately, these steps lead you to a place where you are far more financially secure, financially stable. There's just a sense that sort of a weight has been lifted off of your shoulders, and you now have clarity about the tangible physical things in your life. So that's the story if you chose the pink quartz. So there we go. An interesting week all in all. We are wrapping up the month of March and starting a brand new month. I wish you a really lovely week, a peaceful week. Take the time to breathe, be slow, listen, ponder. It's important. Until we see you again, thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.